Hey guys, so it's been a while. I haven't made a video in last time I think I made a video was December or January. Basically what happened was last semester was insane with school. It's the hardest semester I've had in college so far. And I also hit a huge reading slump because of that. A lot of the reason was because of that. But also I've just felt very disconnected from BookTube. The books that are popular and being talked about are books that I don't really care about. My favorite genre to read is YA contemporary, and that's kind of, I don't want to say it's become a hated genre, but it's not one that's super popular. Everyone's kind of leaning more towards fantasy and sci-fi. So basically I've just kind of felt disconnected. So this break has kind of been coming for a while, but yeah. But I thought I would come back and do a BookTubeAthon TBR. I don't know if I'm gonna be starting to make regular videos. I just thought that I would go ahead and film this because BookTubeAthon's coming up, and that's my favorite readathon of the whole year, and I get super excited. This is going to be my 5th BookTubeAthon. I've done every single BookTubeAthon that they've put on, and yes, I'm super excited. I see people that are like, it's my 3rd BookTubeAthon, and I'm just like, you little amateurs. But anyway, so let's go ahead and get on to my TBR for BookTubeAthon. If you don't know what BookTubeAthon is, I will link the channel down below. It will have all the information that you might need. It's a week-long readathon. It runs from July 24th to July 30th, and it's hosted by Ariel Bissett, and like I said, you can find more information from the channel down below. One big part of BookTubeAthon is there's 7 challenges that you don't have to complete, but I like to try to complete as many as possible. Once again, like last summer, I'm working full-time again, so I'm not going to be reading as much as I have in the past. A couple of years I did complete all 7 challenges, but I'm not even going to try. I have 4 or 5 books that I have. It's kind of tentative because it's still 2 weeks away, and my mood might change by then, but so far this is what I think I'm going to go with. The first challenge is to read a book with a person on the cover, and there's, of course, a lot of options for this, but I have 2 possible options. It still, once again, might change. The first one is Hello, Goodbye, and Everything in Between, and also You Are Here. They're both by Jennifer E. Smith. They're the 2 books of hers that I own that I haven't read yet. She has a new one that came out that I don't own yet, but yes, they're pretty short, and I think they're really good for readathons. Her books are usually just kind of cheesy contemporaries that are just quick to read and kind of fun. So yeah, I don't know which one I'll be picking up. I also might pick up a totally different book, but that's what I have. See, this one has 2 people. This one has shadows of 2 people, which I think counts, so either one of these will probably be what I'll choose. The second challenge is to read a hyped book, and this one's actually going to be kind of hard for me because, like I said, I don't tend to read a lot of hyped books just because I feel like, at least not lately. So I couldn't really think of any recent books that I wanted to read that were hyped. Most of the ones that were hyped a while ago I don't have, or they're too long. But for this challenge I'm going to go with Codename Verity by Elizabeth Wine. This is a World War II historical fiction book, and it didn't get a lot of hype on BookTube, but it got a lot of hype outside of BookTube. One of my friends who's not a big YA reader recommended this to me and told me I needed to read it, so I'm going to read it. It's pretty short as well. This is also going to fulfill the challenge of read a book about a character who's different from you. This main character, lives during World War II, and I think she's a spy plane pilot or something, which is very different from me. So that will fulfill those 2 challenges. The next 2 challenges that I'm going to complete together are read a book all in one day and read a book outside. And you probably don't know, but I hate reading outside, so I'm going to pick the shortest book that I possibly can and read it outside, and it's also going to be done in one day because I don't want to drag it out. So I picked a really short book, and it's a middle grade book. It's called The Last Girls of Pompeii by Catherine Lasky. I've read a few of her other books that she's written. She wrote some of the books in the Dear America series, which was one of my favorite series when I was younger. But yeah, I guess it's about Pompeii and Vesuvius erupting, and I think that's pretty cool. I was at Pompeii when I was in Italy, and so it'll be cool reading about the place that I visited, even though it's obviously ruins now, but yes. But it's very short. The font, I think, is pretty big. Yeah, the font's fairly big. so it shouldn't take me super long to read. So that will fulfill those 2 challenges. The next challenge is to read a book you bought because of the cover. For this one, I have 2 options. The first one, and the one that I'm most likely going to go with, is The Color Project by Sierra Abrams. This book is actually not out yet, but it comes out next week, and I have it pre-ordered on my Kindle. So that's one I'll probably go with. But I don't exactly know what it's about, but I really, really like this cover, and that's kind of what drew me to buy it. So, yes. And then the other book I have picked out is From a Distant Star by Karen McQuestion. It's a book about aliens. I don't know too much other than that, but the cover just drew me in. Like, it's just so cool. I don't know, you can't totally see on there, I don't think, because it's on the phone. Yes, it's like a really pretty cover, and it just, yeah. So those were the 2 that I picked. I'll go with one or the other. I don't know which one yet. Probably the first one, but we'll see. And then the last challenge is to read 7 books, which is not going to happen because, like I said, I'm working full-time. I'll be lucky to get through these that I have picked out. So, also, if by some reason I don't get to the Jennifer E. Smith books, this could also count for a person on the cover because there's a person on this cover. So, I have a lot of backup plans. I should hopefully complete those 6, maybe using only like 3 or 4 books, but yeah, so that's what I'm going to go with. So, thank you guys so much for watching. And I will see you again whenever I make another video. Bye.